Are you ready? Let's go. Well, good morning, everybody.
Morning.
Only going to be blessed with the handsome faces of the two of us today. Matt, we need to replace our pictures with pictures of ourselves in our prime.
Oh, okay. Definitely.
When you were young and skinny and had hair
right
to the middle of your back, and when you were up there he is.
All right.
Right on time. Right on time. There's our friend.
Hey guys, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How you doing, Matt?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
Good. How'd you guys like that race yesterday? I don't know. Did you guys watch it?
I did not watch it.
No, the Xfinity race, didn't see it.
I was out and about.
Oh, it was great.
I didn't get
He was
to watch
going
it.
for 6 wins in a row. Yeah.
Oh wow. Yeah, I'll probably catch it on the YouTubes today.
Who was it that won?
Who won was Eric Almirola. He's a part-time driver.
Oh, good.
Oh, nice
for him.
Yeah, but I think it was. He got screwed up at the end. Connor Zillage. First off, Allgaier dominated with Zillage behind him. Then Zillage dominated for a long time. And then, of course, they had the yellow, different tires, and it was basically kind of Zillage and Almirola were the two quicker cars. And Almirola got through the traffic quicker with the new tires and won it. It's a good race.
Cool.
Yeah. A little bit of passing, for how small the track is. A little bit. Tonight's going to be fun.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Richie, I'm not that old. Matt's that old.
Go.
The old guy on is the one on the phone.
Yeah.
When he was a kid, they had the phones. You had to hold that, crank the thing. So yeah.
Yeah.
And they had the cameras, but you had to take the cover off the lens.
Yeah. But anyways, tonight's race we're going to eliminate 3, so it's going to be wild. Anyone that wins keeps playing. So that's it. I don't quite know how the Xfinity, because I'm fast forwarding through a lot of it, but I guess they have less cars, and I don't know how they eliminate. I got to pay attention to that. But it looks like, that kid's won, if he wins another race, he'll have 10 race wins in a single season.
He's going to be a threat when he comes up into the Cup.
Yeah. Yeah, it was different when Elliott won the championship, Chase and all the great ones that won, the ones coming through that we think are, the top drivers did really well in Xfinity. Now it's like Cup. It comes down to one race. So, whether Connor Zillage wins the championship or not, he was the dominant driver in the series, you know?
Yeah.
So, and he ain't going backwards. So he ain't coming back to win a Xfinity championship, you know? Not with Red Bull and WeatherTech sitting there in the wings waiting for it.
Yep.
And don't forget, he's running Junior Motorsports because Trackhouse doesn't have a team, but that was pretty cool. Chevy was able to retain him.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think that was a good move. Junior's got to get into Cup. I mean, it would ruin Xfinity, but yeah. But it'd be way cool if Junior was in Cup.
Oh,
well,
yeah.
in Xfinity, he's a bigger fish than he would be if he came into Cup. If that makes a difference.
Yeah, but I mean, Xfinity's Xfinity. You know, it's racing. I like watching it, but no, Junior, it's just become a total powerhouse. You know.
Mm-hmm.
I wish he'd be more independent. You know, more smaller team, more, you know, more like the old days.
Yeah.
Well, my olden days would have been where the first. I'm trying to think who would cross over. Like Earnhardt was one of the early ones to run, you know, Daytona and a couple of the big tracks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then they went into that period where Roush and them were, you know, they were running every week. Yeah, Edwards, Martin, you know. I mean, they got they didn't get the records as rookies, you know. They got the records as full-blown Cup drivers driving in it, which is, I don't think what the series is really about. You know, it's about the Davey Allison's coming and working on his own car and,
yeah,
you know, winning his way up to get a Rainier ride. You know, I mean, that's the way I looked at it. I don't know.
The rich teams were accused of cherry picking. Well, yeah, you know, they do. They've got the money. They've got the money to do it. They've got the money to put into it, and they have to keep the money coming in to keep those teams doing what they do.
Yeah.
That's just anything.
Oh, Roush started. Well, Roush started running for the championship. I mean, I think it was him that started, and no one had ever done that before. Not a major team never would step down and win the championship. But then that's when money was flowing, sponsors were flowing. You know, the manufacturers were, you know, really involved. I mean, there was just a lot more money in the series back then, you know? So they were trying, I mean, and the NASCAR fields were, I mean, if you were a top 35 car around that time, you know, it was I remember trying to be in the top 35 because then I think you had an automatic spot in the next race or something like that, right? I remember being like, they had that many cars, Jim. And that's with 43 car fields.
Bart says we've moved way past the owner driver in the Xfinity. How many owner drivers do we have? Like we've got Keselowski and Denny that are their owner drivers in the Cup, but they're just part of it. I mean, Jimmy Johnson, I wouldn't consider him an owner driver. He doesn't drive really anymore, but how many do you have out there? There's not that many. It's really. It used to you could do it on a budget. You could do it on like Hendrick coming in with a car dealership, having a driver or having a team, but it's long.
It's pretty simple, Jim. Do the same thing you did in Cup. Make a car that's affordable, and make a car, you know, make a spec car. I mean, it's kind of funny, Matt, in my opinion. You would think they would have made the spec car in Xfinity and trucks first, right?
Yeah, really, that's true.
Make the spec car. I mean, every other series has gone that way. Formula One. spec in, F3, F2, right? And almost spec in F1, not quite yet, but pretty damn close. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And in IndyCar, they called it Indy Light, whatever. It's gone through some different names. Indy Next now. That was spec, and then it came spec into the Indy cars.
Mm-hmm.
And kind of NASCAR like jumped over that and went straight into spec at NASCAR, the Cup level.
Yeah,
and it's over the other two series, so that's why it's not affordable. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why right now you got Dell Jr. With these cars, got great chassis, great people working for him. Instead, if they should have spec'd out the two other series, but they can always go backwards and fix it. And then that way a small team could buy a car and, buy motors from one of the Yates or, or Hendrick or whoever and be competitive.
Yeah. And you know this one, Kevin Hubert said, even if you race slot cars, you're going to have to spend money. Any sort of racing, you've got to spend money.
Yeah.
Well, even on the slot cars, you got engines, motors all the time, and you got tires all the time. There really is very little cheap. If you are racing anything, it takes money.
Well, there's a difference, Jim. You're asking someone to build the car.
Yeah.
Which is that's way harder. And then also, you're gonna need the, I don't know, those shaker freaking things and all that expense, you know what I mean? Fab shop and blah, blah, blah. If you got the bolt together car like IndyCar has and Cup has, and all the other series had, and you brought it to Xfinity, more people could do it. I mean, no, you're right. The guys, the fastest guys are going to be the guys with the, best engineers, the best, it doesn't mean Junior's team ain't going to win still. Of course they're going to win. They have more engineers, more good people. But what it does is it will allow, it's an easier pathway for talent to come through.
Yeah.
It doesn't cost as much to get in the game. Right now you almost got to buy a ride or be as good as Connor Zillage, and he is good. No two ways about it. I'll predict now he'll win the race next year in Cup. Watch.
Even the local dirt track guys and their beat up 1980s, cars, they're spending money. Now they're not spending that much but comparatively it's coming out of their pockets. And you got kids coming into that. You've got teenage kids that are learning how to drive that. There's other, especially karting. I mean, karting is a way for young and old alike to get in and do it. And it is expensive in some levels, but you know what? If starting off, it is less expensive. It just all depends on how passionate and how crazy and you want to get it in it. And
I was more talking about getting bigger fields. Getting bigger. Yes, there's going to be the haves and have-nots, even with a spec car. There is right now. There, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Even in Cup racing, you got the haves and have-nots, right?
Mm-hmm.
Some guy buys a car that Hendrick wrecked 5 times, and they take it back, buy the parts, put them on it, and I'm just using Hendrick's example, but hang it on it, and they're showing up, and they're one of the cars running in the back, getting lapped right away. But they're the non-charter teams, I should say. But it's just, I just think that the whole spec that we've passed up the technology BS. I said, your car in your driveway has more technology than a race car nowadays. Any race car, Formula One, IndyCar, you pick it, but it's gone. There's no more turbines coming out, or 4-wheel drive, or inventing the wing with a gurney flap, right? There's ground effects, Colin Chapman, right? I mean, we're past that. You know, we're the key to racing now is keeping it. And when I say affordable, make it to where, you know, an Elon Musk can't come in and dominate the whole damn series by his way through it, you know. Whereas, you know, the Hendricks the teams that are good are going to be good, but the people that are committed to the sport will succeed, you know. And they're spending a lot of money. Don't get me wrong, but they're spending about half of what they used to. Well, before the next gen car, you know, it was costing about double. You know, a lot of that was in driver salaries too, though. The driver salaries were much higher back then. You know, in the prime of it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I mean, the drivers aren't making as much as they used to.
Yep.
No, they're probably making about half of what it's that. You know,
really?
The juniors and the Jeffs, Gordons, and they hit it in the final great years. You know, the economy went to crap, you know, in the crash. And teams were, I don't know what they're spending right now, but they went from, I think the average was about 30. What junior? I got a lot of the information off juniors, you know, podcasts. And it was like, I don't know if it counted the driver or not, but it was like 30 million a car at the end of his career, right? And they had to get to 15 million overnight, like half. And that's where you've seen the Jeffs and the Jimmies and the Matt Kenton. He didn't quit racing because he didn't want to race anymore. He quit racing because he would have had to pay he would have broke. What did he say? What he was offered to race, by the time he brought his family and had all the amenities that he was used to, you know, he would have broke even. So it's kind of, you know, it's just, I think the spec car is great, but yeah, back to the Xfinity thing. I can't believe they skipped over that.
Yeah.
I don't really get it, but it was always, they ran, I think it was because, remember, Xfinity was always the older Cup cars.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like ARCA, you know, that they were always running the older cars. So they were basically the same cars as the Cup cars. And then, you know, of course, Xfinity went to the smaller displacement and stuff as time went on. ARCA still ran the same displacement as I remember as Cup. In fact, I think they even had more sometimes. If you go back to like when Kyle Petty ran it.
Yeah.
And, you know, back to then, they just basically took their Cup car from a year old. And then they showed up and ran the ARCA race. But yeah, I think, what was it, 3 years? Cars were good for 3 years. Then they went to Busch Series. And then the Busch Series cars got more and more specialized when they changed the displacement. In fact, Matt makes a great front end that's kind of where it changed right in there, I think, Matt.
Yeah.
Where that Le Mans looking thing that you, I don't know, what kind of car is that?
Grand Am,
right. So right in there is where things started changing, where they weren't hand-me-downs as much, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyway, so we got some great models. Marty Robbins are out the door.
Yep.
Oh, all on the way. I'm looking forward to getting mine.
All on the way, and the what you call it?
The Chase
Elliott, Atlanta.
Yep. I'm trying to find images now.
And then we got we're still running behind, guys. We're not going to catch up this month. So,
Ben, it'll work itself out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then we got the Spectre oil that should.
Yeah.
8 in the month, and then we got the Kyle Busch's Rebel Bourbon car coming out with it, and then we haven't told anyone yet after that. But yeah, actually, we're looking for a playoff car. You know, anything cool? What do you guys think? Is there anything cool to do? It'd be good to have some suggestions from you guys, but I didn't see anything good in the last two races. You think anything good, Matt?
We'll have to take notes and take pictures.
Nothing really standing out.
I've been watching, like, Kyle was just running his regular car. Elliot was running his regular car.
Mm-hmm.
You know, really. Oh, we do have one more car before we do the playoff cars. Yeah. So we have the Rebel Bourbon. One more car we're committed to. I'm
trying to find the images of that right now.
Oh, the Rebel Bourbon?
Yeah. I know I got pictures of it on here someplace.
Wasn't it great? Well, that was much darker, the barrel. You know what I mean? It's kind of washed out in the book that they gave us. But the clay really nailed the barrels. They look great. And then...
That's so cool looking. That's a cool looking
and then
car.
I should have, by Monday, we'll have the car's beautiful. I mean, because like we were saying before, Clive Chapman actually scanned Lotus 38-1. And so Jim actually had the real car. So the body work was great. You know, Jim, of course, had to do a lot of the plumbing, you know, just by drawing. He had to affect all the plumbing just by drawing it, you know. And, what we had didn't have the Firestone 500s on it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Jim kind of copied what we had. And I got yesterday, Jim had sent me the printed, in fact, I'll send them over to you, Matt, as soon as I take the photos. The printed Firestone 500s. Oh, God, they look so
great. They look great.
Thank you, Michael.
Looks so much better.
He spent a lot of work on that and basically gave it to us. And Michael's also the one that introduced us to Clive Chapman. So Michael had a huge part in this Lotus program coming together. And really, he did the introductions, the whole bit. In fact, he introduced us to the McLaren, Team McLaren, to be able to maybe do, if this goes well, to maybe do some McLaren stuff down the road, you know?
Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah, that tire looks so much better.
Wait till you see these new tires. Wait till you see them on the car, though.
Yeah, I'm showing him the one on the camera. They look good. The details stinking tiny, but you know what? Matt's a pro. He can get these things molded up and they'll have all the details.
So I'm going to take it with the resin tires, the picture, but of course they're going to be the rubber tires. I'll take them off as soon as I take the photo. Send them off to Matt, and Matt will rubberize them for us.
Rubberized. I'm the rubberizer.
And then once they're rubberized, he'll send me back a pair, and I'll throw them on the car, and I'll send him the body panels and the printed body panels you see.
Yeah.
We'll get it replaced with resin body panels, and that'll be, we'll keep updating it as Matt gets done. And then by the time I have the last panel, I'll stick it on the car, or maybe I'll just build a real car. I should have decals by then. You know, decals are awesome. We'll be able to show the sheeted decals Monday with the car. It might be even Sunday tomorrow. I might be done by tomorrow.
I wish you would.
If we wouldn't have changed the tires, which was, it was great that Michael caught that and put that much work into those tires.
Yeah.
I mean,
it makes a difference. That picture you sent me, I think it really makes a difference.
They're way taller. I mean, the fronts especially are way taller, wider. The tread gutter is just gorgeous. I mean, he nailed that tire. I mean, I look at pictures of the old car, and I mean, he nailed that tire. Spent a lot of time on it. Almost looks like he scanned it. I don't know what he did. To be honest,
I kind of think he did, but actually, in a lot of ways, Rick, all you have to do is in designing the tires, all you have to do is just a small section of the detail on the tire. And well, I'm going to show something that I'm going to send these off to Matt for him to mold and make some copies for me. But I've got a 1/9 scale dirt bike that I've been working on. All you have to do when you're doing tires is you only have to do a section about like that, and then just repeat it. Just and so once you get those details in that a little area, and then you just make a
that's amazing.
Make a bunch of them to wrap it around, and then you can adjust it. So
the idea is to get the the height, size, the width.
Yep.
I mean, that's where you're supposed to work.
Which I thought I had, and I actually had for the tires that I did, but I didn't have for the Firestone 500.
Yeah, so. I think you had some Avons or something like that.
Yes. So you repeat and then repeat. Yes, that's about right, Kevin.
Yeah, but you know, we had like some Avon aftermarket tires that, you know, it's even funny on the Lotus 64. You know, Jim went and measured the car, and the first thing I said, you know, I didn't catch it on 38.
Mm-hmm.
To be honest, it was Michael who caught it. But on the 64, I go, dude, those tires on that car don't look nothing like because they were Avon tires because they run the car around.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like rounded on the side. I mean, these were big and blocky, those 4-wheel drive tires, if you remember, Matt, like on the turbines. Yeah, that's what was on the 64 with the same tires that run the turbines. So, and in fact, we'll probably hit up Michael again because Michael has a phenomenal set of turbine tires.
Uh-huh.
Oh, really?
Yes, sir. So he's got I mean, he's into that stuff. Let's face it, IndyCar's been around for a long time. Yeah. Michael's well known around the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, you know, and you know, he's done a lot of research, you know, and I don't know how many Indies in a row he's been to, but out of the blue, he was telling me his story. He just went on his own. It was like he wasn't not like me where I was like born in it, you know, and you know, just started working for Pops and stuff. I mean, Michael literally just went there as a fan, I think, at a pretty young age and just never has missed.
Oh, wow.
It is a great show. I mean, greatest show on earth. Just go and you'll get it. If you haven't gone, you can't get it. You know, TV shows you it's big, and they're telling you it's big. But when you go there, you understand it's the biggest. You know,
yeah,
it's as big as any event. Might be bigger than any event in the world. It's unbelievable. You know, but I still love Cup because it's always there for me every weekend. It's going to be Saturday night now, guys, but still,
yep,
it's there every week. I mean, you don't have to go very many weeks without your racing fix, you know?
Yeah. They just take a short time off at the end of the year, and it is a long season. That's always been nice.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, was it 40 total or 39 or 40? I'm not sure. You know, if you count all the 125s and or you know, the specialty races.
Yeah.
Well, there are two, the 125s. They're on the same thing. But even if you counted those as two races, then you have the race to get into the race,
It used to be in Charlotte. So that's 4, and then the class, that's 5. So so the 36 races, 5. Actually, if you really add it up, it's 41 total races. Yeah.
Yep.
That's pretty good. And we greatly appreciate it, NASCAR. Because 17 in IndyCar. I love IndyCar, but man, 17 leaves a lot of off season. You know?
Yes, it does.
When it's happening, it's great. But
yeah.
Man, it's a big.
That season went quick.
You know, I kind of got lost in it during the summer. The outdoor motocross season was ended, but now they're doing the super motocross that they're hitting. They're going to stadiums. Didn't they just do it Charlotte? I think they had one in Charlotte.
I only went supercross on that series.
Those are basically a supercross track.
Yeah, but the only reason I watch supercross is nobody's running. It's like I get in and I watch it because there's no Cup, there's no IndyCar, there's no Formula One, there's no nothing, right? So I get in and I watch it, and it's a short series. It's like real similar to IndyCar.
It's a very short series. Yeah,
but they run it week by week. I think it is about 17 races as well.
Yeah,
and so it's a great little, but they do it in a row. Where IndyCar stretches it from probably like March to what they in September or August, right?
Yeah,
they end before the NFL season starts, and I understand.
Yeah, that's kind of smart.
Well, they're on Channel 11. Channel 11 is a partner now. I don't know how that all works, but
for those who don't know, that's the local Southern California Fox affiliate.
Oh, I'm sorry, Fox. Yeah. I think everybody has the same channel as me, huh?
Yeah.
I don't know, right? The CW, I found out is Channel 5 at my house.
Yep.
But
I think I think that's like 42 out here. 44, I think, is my local Fox. Yeah, it's different all over the place. So.
Oh, okay. Well, sorry about that, guys.
Yeah, that's okay.
But
so
but I love the Xfinity deal to where now, Xfinity, I know where it's at all the time.
Yeah.
I love the IndyCar deal. IndyCar, let's face it, it was total crap. Their TV deal by the time I ended up getting what was it at CBS?
Peacock.
Yeah.
Peacock. By the time I get it, and then you don't have. I didn't have it in every room, and in my model room, I didn't have it because it wasn't a smart TV. And I was watching the races on replay at night, and, so forth like that. To now with the between the Fox 2, Fox 1, and Fox Network, I can sit in my model room and watch all of it. Practice. I love it, loving it.
Yeah.
It kind of makes up for Cup getting rid of all their practices. Remember, we used to do shows Saturday, all day. It was just all day you could put racing on. So now that you have IndyCar, at least 17 weekends, or 18 really, with qualifying, for Indy. 18 weekends, you got, some practice and all that they got on.
Well, yesterday
there really got back practice.
There were several hours that I saw of the Cup practice, and then it went into the Cup qualifying, and then it rolled into the Xfinity race. Was that on USA, I think, or True TV or something like that? And some of the stuff you have to chase it around to try to find it, but it is USA,
right?
Okay.
USA, yeah. 242 if you have DirecTV. Right? USA has been having Cup. And that's the problem. They get down to the championship, and all the networks have football and college football on Saturday and NFL on Sunday. And you know what? I don't care. I could care less, to be honest with you. Go watch football. Go watch football. I don't watch Cup. You know what I mean?
No football here. I don't do football.
Yeah. My kids watch the Steelers because I was born there, and their grandpa, brainwashed them. But my dad didn't really watch the Steelers till after he retired. Yeah,
really?
He never watched football.
Yeah, he was busy.
Dell Inman was a big Skins fan. I was calling the Skins, Washington Redskins, and but he never watched the games. He doesn't. I don't even know how he must have just followed it in the newspaper.
Yeah.
When DVD maybe came out, or VHS or whatever it was called, came out, he might have started taping them. Mary might have started taping them for him. But there was no going backwards back, then. If you didn't see the race when it was on TV, you didn't see it. Oh, when did VHS come around? Around the late 80s?
Oh, the
tape. Early 80s.
Yeah, VHS were maybe even the 70s.
No.
Rich people in the late 70s, but I remember recording stuff when I was like still in high school in the early 80s.
And don't begrudge the rich people for being the ones to buy the big screen TVs or the VHS recorders or whatever, or DVRs or whatever beforehand, because they buy it when it's expensive. And by the time it trickles down to us, then it's cheaper, but they are the ones that are pushing that
like that.
Yeah. So be glad when they buy them, because it'll roll downhill to us and we'll get it cheaper and bigger.
Yeah. Like look at big screen TVs today.
Plasma flat screen, showroom model, right? It couldn't have been more than, 40 inches, because they go crosswise. So it wasn't very big TV, right? And I paid $3,600 for that thing.
Gee whiz.
It was a floor model. It lasted a year before it broke.
Man, that's
Yeah, so it was definitely like Jim said, now you can go buy this giant thing you can't even carry. Well, they're light as can be. That's what's cool about it.
Yeah.
But giant thing you can't even carry for $350.
Yeah,
exactly.
Everybody has a great TV now.
We have to replace ours because it just decided right after Lori left town, it just decided to quit. I'm going to wait till she gets back, but it's a big one. But I look at Sam's Club, and a 70-inch TV is $400 or $500 now.
Wow.
It's just nuts. And they're high def and all sorts of stuff like that. I'll wait till she gets home.
Yeah.
So I need somebody to help carry it in the house.
In my office / model room, I have a non-smart TV, where you can't
unsmart.
And a funny thing, right outside the door, Marco's got a smart TV that's bigger that I just haven't brought in and hooked up yet. It's been sitting there for, 12 months or so. But with all the stuff we had going on, it was like the least of my, I'm going to do it now.
I've got one sitting right over there that belonged to my mother-in-law that passed away some years ago. I think I turn that thing on once every 2 or 3 months, and it's like a 75-inch.
Oh, wow.
It was all I could do to get that thing up here by myself. I didn't have any belts. Carried. Oh man, it was so heavy. And the other one that we have that's still like 5-6 years old, in the house. I mean, I could pick that thing up and move it around because it's, it is this thick. It's nothing.
Yeah.
Well, enough with TV talk.
Yes,
I think we
yes.
covered all that. But,
Yes.
TV
anyways,
talk.
back to the model cars. Our next IndyCar is going to be really cool. Looking forward to that. Helio Castroneves. Not quite sure when we're going to announce that.
Yeah, and I don't think I got a picture of it on this computer. So
no, I don't. Yeah, it's all approved, ready to go. It's just when we print the boxes, we have to print two. So we have to pick another car to go with it. So that we haven't done. Right now, we're working on our historic line. We'll pick what we're going to do with the Indy. Of course, we're doing the Indy 500 winner and a pole winner if it's not someone odd like Robert Swartz, whatever, this year, who got caught cheating, by the way. Just to let you know. But along with Penske and along with all of them cheating. I mean, I'm sure the cheating was so minute that it really wasn't. Penske's was the biggest joke. Putty in the seam line of the crash structure there in the back,
Yeah, that was kind of dumb.
I mean, the Andretti one was, where they actually made the suspension, the track wider on the car. That was pretty much cheating there. You know what I mean? They put some spacers in there and made the car a little wider there, a little more stability.
Yeah.
But that was a little more blatant, I think. But hey, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying, right?
That's true.
That's it.
See, that's the people, they make a big deal just because Penske saved the damn IndyCar. I mean, we should be thanking him,
Yep.
He saved IndyCar, and then now we sit and tear him apart, It's kind of crazy that that's the way human nature is. It's like the guy, your buddy, I think I might have said this before because it happened to us. The boys played Little League, and you couldn't coach and be the president of the league, right?
Right.
Like poor soul, you're talking him into, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. Come on, it's easy. Just be the minute he becomes president of the league, everybody blames everything in the world on him. You know what
exactly.
I mean?
Exactly.
I think the president of every little league I've ever been in lasted 1 year, and he probably 3 months in, we just didn't know he quit.
No, he didn't officially quit. He just gave up.
The parents are just brutal.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
They're absolutely brutal. But anyways, I got to sign off. I got to go watch a little 5-year-old girl play soccer right now. And,
that sounds like so entertaining.
So enjoy the race. I'll be watching with you tonight. It is entertaining. But love you all, and God bless you all. See you Thursday or Tuesday. Club members. And I'll see the rest of you on Saturday. And Matt, let's cook up later. I got to talk to you.
All righty.
And I want to get them off to you. All right.
All righty. Sounds good to me.
Very good. So anyway, bye, Rick. There he goes. Now we can talk again.
There we go.
So where were we? I was showing off the tires that Rick that Matt's gonna do for me. I gotta go over them and do some wear on them with some heavy sandpaper, so it looks like they've been out running around. And
cool.
I've been testing out lacing.
Oh, wow, look at that.
Rims. Now this I used straight pins, and it was a pain in the rear. And I did it on print. So what I'm doing is I'm waiting for some clear Tamiya to come in so I can paint the rims. But I'm doing the rims, the rim and the hub differently, and instead of using straight pins, which work perfect for spokes, but they're really difficult to get in there, I found some nickel plated copper wire, 20 thousandths, and I can just glue it in and then just bend it around and pull it, and it's going to work out great. So,
oh, good. Yeah, a little easier than.
So here's my frame, guys. After watching Clay Kemp's video on doing them in brass tubing, I thought I might do that. I'm not.
And you got over it.
I got over it quick, but here's my engine.
Yeah, you're building a model.
I'm building a model. So when you've got,
going to be neat.
When you've got insane tools like I have, which are available to anybody anymore now, the 3D printer that'll do this, that you can get an incredible 3D printer for $200 on sale.
Yeah.
And once you learn the black magic of how you set them up and how you slice the parts, it's just amazing what you can do with stuff. And do I know Alex DeLeon? No, I don't think so. But anyway, that's my little thing. I have, I designed this thing, 5-6 years ago.
I remember you talking about it way back when.
So, it might take that long to finish it, but at least I'm actually doing something for a change. So
that's cool. You ever think of, if you get it all built and you get a lot of people interested in wanting it, would you either sell a kit or at least sell files?
I would never sell a file on anything, because you can't sell a file to one person,
right?
Because they print stuff out for their buddies, and they just on and on. And once it's out the door, it is gone.
That's true.
And I get asked about that once in a while. I'm in Europe. Can you sell me or give me the STL and I'll print them just for me? Well, I wish I could, but no, I can't, because unless I just want them to go and ask anybody, like ask Iceman, ask him about stuff. No way, because you put the time into it, and there's great places where you can go online and you can download the files, but once they get purchased and printed, is there any way to tell your computer you only get to print it once or twice?
Yeah.
Because then, they share it with their buddies and it's gone. It's, forget about it. So I don't know if I would ever do these. And once again, this would be an unlicensed project. So, I can do it for myself. It's the thing with licensing stuff. And I had a career doing toys, and as a designer, somebody can hire me to do anything they want. Or anything, but the instant I do something and sell it myself, then there's royalties. But if you say, hey, would you sculpt me a Darth Vader? I'll pay you this much. No problem at all. But if I make it on my own choosing, then I'm going to have the kind folks of Disney knocking on my door.
So, and they knock on doors, let me tell you.
Kelvin, I have yellow coming in today. The transparent yellow should be here today, so I can do those rounds. But thank you, Kelvin and Ed Sepulveda are my local buddies. So Kelvin comes over here every once in a while, and he gets to come over and look at some of the stuff and drool and and wet his pants. He got to see the fully built car that you can see above my shoulder that Rick doesn't want me talking about. That's not going to be available until next summer, but he's gotten to see how that is. That thing is just so cool. So looking forward to that coming out. So what's on your desk? Are you actually making and completing anything right now?
Never. No, I'm working on some I'm trying to get some molds made, because they're all wore out of some of my product. I got to get back out there, and I'm trying to get something new, all clayed up and ready to start making molds. That's kind of been what I've on my desk. But I also model building, I haven't really done much, but I got to get back on a couple of projects I need to get done. before the end of the year or I'm in trouble. So a lot of people know what that is. And then we're starting a new, we have started a new build. All the content creators get together and they do this thing we call the Unified Scale Automotive Content Creator, USAC. Group build. That starts actually Monday is the official kickoff, where everybody is to throw down their videos of what they're doing. I already made that video, but I'm sure everybody has started their project. It's just the video doesn't go out till Monday. And we got that, and we get it all done by the 15th of March next year. It's about a 6-month deal. So that's a fun one, because this year it's the Revell 69 Camaro. So, but I have a Malibu project I have to get done. The audience is waiting.
Yep.
So that has been taking up my time as far as project.
What's Iceman's name? I can't think of it offhand.
Oh, Joel.
Did I see that he posted something on Facebook of some of the progress he's making on? I think it's it's a 1940s car that he posted some pictures of something.
I think that is from another company. It's something that he is basically a distributor of that he saw. It's a Cadillac, and from what I understand, like one of my producers he was really looking forward to it, and I saw that he got it and absolutely loves it. So I can't remember what the company is, but it's like a late 40s Cadillac, and the kit is absolutely beautiful. It's a kind of a multimedia high-end kit. So,
well, we've talked about it before, how this is the pinnacle time for the hobby.
Oh, it totally is.
And it's, guys are constantly saying, well, when are you going to do this car, and when are you going to do that? And we want to see the I want to say the Malibu, no, the Magnum, and this and that, and some stuff that nobody's ever suggested. When are you going to do these? And it's like, well, guys, and we've said it before, to do just a body for any existing chassis, you can go out and buy a new car. It might be a lower end Hyundai or Kia or something like that, but you can buy a new car for the cost of the molds. And that's not including my weeks of time of design. Yeah. You want to do start to finish, ground up, from tires to glass to roof. You can buy a new house in a lot of this country. You can buy a nice little house for that.
Yep.
It's just crazy. So people are saying, well, what do you somebody commented about, well, aside from the repops you guys are doing, when are you going to do something else? Well, you know what? It takes a hell of a lot of money to do stuff.
Yeah.
And for you guys, I know 3D prints and resins are not the same as an injection molded piece. They cost more for you guys to buy and build, and you got to put more time into them. But you can build them. You can, and I look at the stuff, and like you said about that Cadillac that he's building for somebody else, and all sorts of stuff that all of these printing companies are coming out with, whether they be accessories, whether they be new stuff that you guys have never had, and you wouldn't if it weren't for the 3D prints. I mean, the elephant in the room that's sitting over my shoulder. I mean, that thing's cool, but if you were going to build that, you'd be spending some time, and that's a good print on that, but you'd be spending some time on doing the cleanup on that print. They're not perfect. It's just the way it is. And actually an injection molded body isn't perfect either. You've got some seam lines that if you really want them nice, you got to go spend a little time manicuring some seam lines and stuff. Yeah. But for the most part, I mean, you open the box, you pull it out, and you start throwing decals on.
Yep, exactly. It's just like it's a situation of some of the stuff that there's a call for, but it's not a big enough call for to spend $250,000 on. It's
exactly.
We're talking like say, I imagine, and someone had mentioned that Cadillac kit we're talking about is from the company called Red Wheels Models, which I think they're in Europe. But that company, and their first kit was a Tucker, and I saw the kit. It was amazing. I would have loved to have gotten one. And they were, I don't know if it was a $200 or $300 kit that had everything to build a Tucker. The thing is to spend $500,000 or $250,000 on a styrene kit of a Tucker. It's just not going to sell enough to make it worth it. But they probably have invested a few $1,000s into producing that thing, and it's limited. And because of that, the cost is higher for the consumer, unfortunately, because there's not as many people that would be interested in it. And believe me, there's a lot more labor involved in casting and printing and all that than being in a factory. The injection molding, once you have that investment, there's less labor involved in producing those things. But it's give and take, and that's why on the resin thing. And I used to get so sick and tired of a little resin casting rant, and you'll appreciate this, Jim, is for resin casting. Oh, it's only costing a few cents in resin when you cast that body. Why are you selling it for $50? It's like the time especially I had to make the master by hand.
Yep.
The rubber I easily will have for just a body mold have like $500 in just materials with the rubber and all that. Yep. There's a lot of hoods and pieces that go with the body, and then the flat out time that it takes to get that master built and then clayed up and then mold making and all that. You're leaving 50 hours.
You have a mold on a body. You might get what, 40, 50?
It depends on how you take care of it. It depends on undercuts and details and stuff like that.
The silicone rubber will, after a little while, it'll burn out, and you won't get as good a quality casting.
That's it. It definitely. So you have to keep on making molds.
It's so like for the life of this Lotus, you're probably going to end up doing 3-4 molds easily.
Oh yeah. Well, I plan on having like 3 molds going just to keep the production up. But the nice thing I will say, this new mold material, I absolutely love this mold material that Rick sent me to use. I really like that stuff, and I have found this stuff is looking like it actually has some life to it too. I could probably get a lot of poles out of it.
Well,
with proper maintenance. Going to have to do the dreaded
working with Silpack rubber probably a good 35 years ago. Great product for the rubber, the silicone, and the casting resin. And they were great for when I was doing stuff because they were close by. So
I think I'm going to be, placing orders with them for. I have a place I can drive to, but I like their product better. I'm probably going to order from them when I need some more rubber, and I really like it. And that's where the magical sauce to make these rubber tires. Everybody, when you guys start seeing these tires, that is absolutely amazing, because I've never seen a flexible resin that does as well as this stuff and sets up as quick. And I was absolutely impressed by this stuff, so I will be getting some of that.
Yeah, I had thought about buying some of the 3D printable, soft rubbery type stuff, but I didn't want to go through that on doing these. So
honestly,
whatever it cost me to have you do them,
it's way better. It's so much better to print what you did and then make a mold of it. I can produce so much easier, and they're going to turn out so much nicer. It actually will be. It will be better. It'll be a better product in the end. So that stuff's pretty amazing. So that's the nice thing is with back to the resin casting, and this is happening with 3D printing, is where all the advancements now in 3D printing, they pretty much they got the machines and the software down a few years ago, and the price is going down. Where the technology has now been growing in 3D printer, where we've been seeing it get so much better is in the material. The 3D resin is getting better.
Yeah.
That stuff's mind blowing. But
I really like the stuff that I'm using now, and I haven't had a chance to talk to Joel about his materials he uses and he likes, and some of his tips if he's willing to pass on about some of the supports, because there's some of the stuff on printing is still. When I say it's a black art, it is. There's a lot of trial and error.
There's a lot of voodoo involved.
It is, and a lot of prayer, and it's just getting things set right. And how do you want it to come out so that you have the layer lines are the least abusive on your part for cleaning,
right? And
where your supports can be so that they don't damage something or leave. They call it parachuting, where you've got supports, but the material will sag between.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So how do you do and stuff like that? And that just snaps off real easy. I think you've got a lot of small supports, but
that just takes experience there too. You know, when you get to a point that you've been doing it, you can literally look at it and see what it would possibly do. I know a lot of guys get that way. That's how I gotten with. I can look at a part and know and kind of engineer the mold in my head of how it will turn out the best. And that's not always 100% either. But that's why it was nice to get a second to having a chance of making the molds for these body pieces, where that was more prototyping. And knowing that these weren't going to be the production molds, because then I go, oh, I know now that I did them, I know a better way of making them. So the new molds are going to be awesome.
Yeah. So, well, my friend, it is time or overtime, and you and I could probably spend another 2 or 3 hours just jabbering back and forth about.
Yeah, we get going about all this production stuff.
Yeah. So anyway. Guys, let me hit that. Where is it again?
That button. Who's got the button?
Boop the button. Remember, hit that thumbs up. You know, I notice on a lot of you probably see it on yours. If you look the viewership to likes, it's usually about 9%.
Yeah.
And Rick and I were talking about it, and he says, I don't care, it doesn't matter. I said, well, you know what it does, because it
helps the algorithm.
It tells the algorithm to share it to more people who like stuff. And so anyway, everybody, thank you for joining us. And Matt, I appreciate you hanging on, even though my partner in crime decided it was more important to watch a 5-year-old girl chase a suck a ball around and pick her nose in the middle of the field, you know.
Heck yeah. Got to do that for
me to go get a tennis ball and do that kind of same thing for my furry little friend. So
yeah, definitely.
Thanks again. You guys have a good weekend, and we will see you next week. And you clubbies, we will see you Tuesday night. So
have a great weekend and great week, everyone.
Let's get out of here.